Dude doesn't know the difference between a billion and a million. Fun fact, this mesh has 9.3 million triangles in it. That's legit more triangles than humans on Earth. What the heck? No, he's totally right. Whose son did laundry in my building yesterday? There's no way. No, come on, there's no way, right? This sign. Oh boy. We know you need a logo design. Yeah, not from you though. Not from you at all. So sorry. If you have to say you're an alpha male, you aren't an alpha male. Okay, there's no way that this dude isn't some dork, parody, troll, satire Twitter account. I refuse to believe it. I cannot believe anything else. Because there is no way that someone has this little self-awareness. Someone that genuinely doesn't understand how dumb they are and how stupid the things they say are. I know what you're gonna say. Believe me, I really do. But I cannot be a human being and believe that someone like this could actually exist. Women be like, don't objectify my body unless you want to. Look who just discovered consent. So my mom accidentally ordered an extra small dog bed, but he's still grateful. Aww. Because all of dogs are good. All of them. Thinking about that time in 1928 when the LAPD couldn't find a missing child, publicly reunited the mother with some random kid to save face, and then institutionalized the mother when she tried to tell people it wasn't her son, rather than admit their mistake. Other fun facts. The police told her to just try the boy out. She won a lawsuit but was never paid. Wow. No actual goddamn way. Holy crap. I need to lie down. These bum-ass Canadians don't have Cash App. Oh yeah, only universal health care. Anybody at 18 can vote. Okay. Multi-party political system. During the pandemic, $2,000 a month was given to impacted workers. Weed's legal, and instead of Cash App, we have e-transfer, which is free. Look, we could really go on and on about how Canada has its shit together significantly more in many, many ways. But we don't need to worry about that right now. Can this be used to make candy, or will hot sugar melt it? I have no idea. I used it as a planter insert. Thank you. Imagine being a mag that advocates for body positivity and uplifting all people, and you shame two girls with a history of eating disorders. Nicki Minaj is 34, and the Olsen twins are 30. White people age like bananas. Wow, that sure is pathetic and sad of you. No, that's like legit sad. They've had really rough lives. I think from the moment they were frickin' born, they were treated like garbage, alright? Maybe you should shut the hell up. No breastfeeding for boy babies. Oh, is it gonna make them gay or something? Sorry, the image is still loading and I'm just sort of guessing. Mothers who breastfeed boy babies need to stop. We need to empower more females in this world, and by breastfeeding them, we're giving them a good start in life, which they deserve over a baby boy, which are already physically stronger than baby girls. I have feminist views, and I am not ashamed to admit that. No boy baby will ever be fed from my breasts if I am... Oh, well, thank God people aren't lining up to have you breastfeed their sons, so I think we're good here. This girl thinks only she can have preferences. Alright, let's see. What's your favorite character in Lord of the Rings, and why is it Gollum? How tall are you, dude? I'm 6'3". And you? That's like the perfect height for a guy. I'm 5'1" and petite. Oops, that's not much height difference, I guess. I don't think it would work out, sorry. So you're rejecting me because of my height? The audacity. Well, we all have our preferences. Even your profile bio says only 6 foot and above. Okay, incel, if you have a small dick, just say that. Huh? How is it different from you having a height requirement? I'm a woman, so it's not the same, incel. Even if a man has nothing, he has the audacity to ask stupid questions like this. Bye. And nothing of value was lost. The guy who named his kid XAEA-XII is making fun of pronouns. We just gotta stop listening to what he says. Adding a PVC window on a medieval fortress in Croatia. I mean, it looks great. Why is a 19-year-old climate activist famous? LMAO. You quite literally play video games for a living. I didn't know who the hell this dork was until like the last couple of days ago, and I'm really upset that I now know who he is. Guess I'm never gonna be a man. Oh boy, what happened? A boy becomes a man when he replaces video games with reading, replaces conforming with thinking, replaces reacting with responding, replaces beer with lifting weights, replaces pizza with steak and eggs, replaces TikTok with meditation, replaces lust with love. Okay, bye-bye. I find atheists confusing. It's like going to a restaurant and believing there's no cook in the back. I can go in the back and see the cook. I can talk to the cook. We can shake hands. I can punch him in the head. And he can do all the same things right back to me. Or she. Doesn't really matter. You know what? Never mind. It's really not worth it right now, is it? There's being a weeb, and then there's this. Do you even know what a tourist is? Or even a normie? I watch 30 anime per season, bud. I own you. I'm your senpai. Heck, you can even call me daddy. Okay. You do whatever you want. We don't do NFTs. If you see a Cyanide and Happiness NFT, that wasn't us. If you bought a Cyanide and Happiness NFT, you got scammed. Also, LOL. Don't know why you had to add the also LOL at the end there. Shouldn't glorify vulnerable people being scammed. NFT bros losing money is funnier than any of our comics. The schools better be paying for the therapy. Oh boy, what now? Sun Valley High School students in North Carolina were startled when their teachers locked the doors, turned off the lights, and told them to hide. Police were in the halls. Fearing the worst, they sent panicked goodbyes to their parents. But it was just a spontaneous lockdown drill. Something's going on at school. We're all hiding. It's not a drill. I love you guys. Pray. We're coming. I'm praying. I'm scared. You're covered. Is the door locked? Yay, this is totally normal, he said about as sarcastically as he fucking could. This is totally normal! Woo! Schoolgirls told to wear longer skirts to create a good work environment for male staff. If male staff are in any way distracted by children's knees, I don't think they should be allowed anywhere near a school, to be honest. Yeah, that's some next level creep shit. That is next level right there. What staff member was the reason for this change, and why are they still working there? She claims she was forced to watch her child's nativity play from a window outside. Teachers refused to give her a seat inside, and was told to go to the back garden. Alright, let's see. Let's take a look. Tattooed mom forced to watch school nativity play through window. I mean, Be careful out here, my kings. Why you showing me? I was with you yesterday. And I had a vasectomy last year, it ain't mine. And we just hit another all-time high Twitter usage. Let that sink in. People gathering in my yard to watch my house burn. Me? Wow, I've never had this many visitors before. He's not a smart man, said the woman whose only brush with fame came by having a sister. I'm so sick of blaming nepotism for why they aren't rich and famous or successful. Obviously, it's not fair that people who come from famous families are getting a leg up because of that. But guess what? Life isn't fair. If you put your mind to something, you can accomplish. In since-deleted tweets and Twitter account, Kate Moss's half-sister... Oh, wow, yeah, let's stop there, dude. Damn. I guess man's laughter is illegal now. These men 6 rows away on the train had the audacity to laugh for an hour. Hearing men in this country laugh was enough to make me cry on the train for 20 minutes. Must be nice to be able to laugh these days. I seriously never want to hear a man laugh ever again. I wonder what this is really about. She wanted his feet to stop smelling. Sharon Stone's custody battle turned problematic after it was revealed she wanted to Botox her son's feet. Wow. Okay. I'm sorry. What? When you just fake cried before the boys' night out, so now you're having a cute couple spa night? Wow. Cool. I love it. I love it. Emotional manipulation is such a fun, cool thing to do to somebody. It's so cool. Wow. Ugh. Can someone explain this to my monolingual ass? Alright, I'll try. Non-binary. No binaria. No binario. That's actually not how either of those words are said, I'm pretty sure. I tried to be as awful as possible with those. I'm not sorry. And, well, that's interesting, I gotta say. How dare adults have fun? I know, right? Let's see. Adults are buying toys for themselves, and it's the biggest source of growth for the industry. Men used to kill crap with spears and topple kingdoms. Yeah, certainly used to do that. How much of an existence was that? You would live to be like 21 years old way back in those days, and your entire life was leading right up to a brutal, horrific death. Why is it a bad thing that we get to enjoy existence now? Suck my balls, random Twitter user. Also, you paid for the checkmark, loser. My children will get privacy from me when they can pay their own bills and feed themselves. Until then, you do what I say. Ain't negotiable, we're not friends. I haven't spoken to my mother in 10 years. Welcome to your future. Oh, he clearly doesn't give a He clearly does not care. In a bathroom of a hotel. Too much steam. Fire alarm. What? Huh? Breaking. Trump stole the images of his trading cards from stock photos. People have found watermarks on the NFTs they forgot to remove. Who the hell was surprised? No, really, was anybody really surprised? An activist from the last generation in Germany used a too strong glue and had to be freed with a jackhammer. Ah, yes. I remember hearing about this. Come on, man. Really? $99 deluxe from Subway. $99? What? What does that even mean? Oh, it better be solid gold. A football club in Switzerland commissioned these two artists to paint their clubhouse in the new Talgut cloakroom. This is the finished product that cost 28,000 euros. Oh, I'm gonna get really annoyed, aren't I? Wow. Some Harold and a crayon. Come on, really? I mean, art is subjective, but they paid you like 30 grand. Come on. Pizza delivery man runs into burning home to save 5 children. Jumps from second floor holding a child. Save 5 children from a burning building. Get injured in the process of being a hero. Needs to start a GoFundMe for the medical bills. Utterly pathetic. Donate billions to own charity for a big tax break. Elon Musk donated $5.7 billion at the end of 2021, but kept the recipient a secret. New reporting shows the money went to his personal charity, meaning he didn't actually lose control over it, but it did net him a $4.6 billion tax break. The man is a leech on society. Billionaires tend to be that way, yeah. Do you know how sexy it is when he teases you in bed with a bird leaf? You mean a feather? Please mean that. Patients at a GP practice in Yorkshire were wrongly told by text message on Christmas Eve that they had terminal lung cancer. What? Damn. Okay, that's a bit of a oopsie whoopsie if I've ever seen one. Please accept our sincere apologies for the previous text that says, diagnosis aggressive lung cancer. Okay, I don't know why that would ever be in a text form. No. If you have cancer, they call you or call you in so that you can get the diagnosis in person, right? I mean, right? Please tell me that's how they do it. My sister is pregnant. I can't wait to see if I'm gonna be an aunt or an uncle. Bitch, that's not how it works. Imagine thinking the fridge at work is communal. Wait, huh? To the person taking lunches that's not theirs. Please be considerate on taking lunches that is not yours. There are people in the lab who needs to take medications with food. Okay? That note could have been typed better, I just gotta say. If the theory of evolution were true, there are millions of these and millions of these. So where are the millions of these? You know, the between species. Oh god, this is low res. Hold on. If you'd be a fruit, you'd be a strawberry because I love strawberries. Really? This is how you usually starts a conversation? I guess. And it works? I guess. I guess you don't know how to start a conversation. Okay, can I start over then? Sure, second chances are always welcome. If you were a fruit, you'd be an apricot because I hate apricots. Or apricots or whatever. I don't know. I hate that word. What the hell is a kilometer? Or kilometer? The metric system is used by literally every other goddamn country in the world, and grow up. It's literally no one's fault that's alive today that we use some other weird random system. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. Dead people control the world. Watch. After this comes out, I'm gonna somehow learn from one of you on Twitter that some guy 8 years ago actually transitioned the United States to the imperial system. Egg on my face, I guess. Huh? I don't know, man. I'm trying here. My toddler was about to hit her head on a bar at the playground, so I told her to duck, and she quacked at me. And then hit her head. Well, at the very least, it's a valuable lesson, right? Top G helped him reach the IQ of the top 15%. Let's see. Andrew Tate has enlightened me from the Matrix. Men are more intelligent. The world wants us to be sorry for this fact. 1 month of self-discipline and submitting to the Top G's vision, and the results speak for themselves. My IQ is top 15%. 84. Your IQ is in the top 85%. In a room of 1,000 people, you would be smarter than 143 of them. What do you know? Look at that. It looks like it truly is working after all. Your wife died on Christmas? Well, try not to let it bother you. My wife passed away this afternoon. She was 37. I'm at a loss. 12-year-old son and I going forward with no clue of what to do. Well, try to have a good day and always remember her, but don't let it torture you. This is almost as out of touch as the other response that went viral to this tweet, where the guy said he has to shut up, man up, and, he's a parent now, as though he didn't have a 12-year-old son. Gas was $6.29 per gallon. I filled my tank. Total was $125.98. Drove off without paying. Court date is March 22nd. Fine, $70. Savings, $55.98. Follow me for more money-saving tips. I don't think I want to do that. Indonesia passes law banning sex outside of marriage for both tourists and citizens. How are they going to enforce that? No, really. Ivanka Trump always looks like she told someone that she's seen a film that she actually hasn't, and now they're quoting lines at her. Yeah. Man who spent 20,000 pounds trying to look like David Beckham is now 14,000 pounds in debt. Damn. And he doesn't look remotely like him. Meanwhile, on Twitter, Elon Musk is going to put Apple out of business. Why? Did he buy it? No, but it certainly seems like he secretly bought Southwest Airlines. 1.3 million, 4 billion. Yeah, but the World Cup is every 4 years, and 100 million times 4 equals 4 billion. Pretty much equal. American math. Look, I know the NFL ain't great, but FIFA is significantly worse as far as I've seen, alright? And of course, someone out there is gonna get pissed off that I said that, and of course they'll prove me wrong, but that's not gonna make me any happier. Not gonna make them any happier either, man. If you're having a bad day, remember that we unloaded 6,000 bricks in the wrong address. No, you're right. This is the one time I'll let someone do that. Your day has been worse. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't think we have much time left on this planet. Contains back legs only. Wait. Hold on. I don't know why that threw my brain for a loop. Apparently, it took 3 of my aunts way too long to figure out why the candle wouldn't light. This resonates with me on a very deep level. Does this look like an appropriate father-son interaction to you? Yeah, who does Joe Biden think he is, loving his only living son? No, the other guy was trying to say that it's gay and fathers shouldn't, love their sons in any way, shape, or form. That's what he was really trying to say. Why is no one on his staff telling him there are other options instead of a bandana? For what? Why is Prison Mike up there? What's going on? The satanic panic is back in full swing, everyone. How will the masses know we're worshiping Satan? Easy. We're going to put a pentagram on your devil suit. I've seen the full image. That is not even remotely a pentagram, but okay, sweetie pie. Guy messages me because I commented something he disagreed with. Oh boy. Can you please delete your comment? Why? Because I don't like it. I could report you for harassment. Delete it. It's still here. Last warning, I'm gonna report you. Go for it. Emma Watson. Zelda. I know she's from a game. I don't play video games, and I have no issues about representation, but making Zelda a girl is a bit too much. They're overreaching. I know, right? Girl Zelda? It's so stupid. Japanese knives matter. Japanese Knife Company. Apologies from Japanese Knife Company. Japanese Knife Company. Black Knives Matter. Beautiful range of, oh my god. Kendall Jenner ate grilled cheese, fries, crepes, and more before hitting the Met Gala red carpet. Now that is bravery. I live in Syria, and this story gave me strength to carry on. Thank you for sharing her story. Holy crap! Did these people learn nothing from the Pepsi commercial? This dude, if women weren't sexually attractive, men wouldn't bother talking to them. Women are boring. Men are more interesting, funnier, and overall a better source of conversation than women. You wouldn't waste time talking to a woman unless you wanted to have sex with her. Bro, just say you're gay. It's not hard. You are gay. It's okay. Come again another day. Just been down to Tesco getting a sandwich and some crisps, and the lad at the checkout asked if I wanted to go for a drink. I told him I had a boyfriend, but I was flattered, but I couldn't. He said, no, it's part of the meal deal. You'll never catch me in Tesco ever again. Oh, I bet he thought it was plenty funny. I had a guy friend with a PhD in engineering ask me last week how women pee with a tampon in. And this is why men shouldn't be passing laws about women's bodies. What the hell is his PhD? Yeah, you said engineering, right? Engineering. I guess there are certain prerequisites you don't have to get that PhD, which, all right. What could go wrong? Vicky just ordered some spike strips so people will stop using her circular driveway to turn around. I hate to be this person, but I'm pretty tired of people using my circular drive as a pull-through turnaround, so much that I posted a sign at the end of my driveway. Apparently that isn't enough. That said, I just put 2 of these in my Amazon cart. They'll be here Monday. Things will work out the way they work out. May the odds forever be in your favor. I don't think that's going to work out for you very well. This massive piece of junk mail. Oh my god. That's like movie poster sized. Dude, you don't need me to come buy a car from you. You've clearly got enough money. The FAA doesn't need a woke administrator. It gives no comfort to the flying public that their pilot might be a transgender witch who doesn't actually know how to prevent a plane from crashing. Maybe on your next escape to Cancun, you might get a transgender witch flying your plane. What does that even mean, though? Seriously? How would you not be stoked as hell to have a transgender witch fly in your plane? Because you know they're gonna be doing it with magic, you f***ing troll. Kids could end up in foster care over lunch debt, Pennsylvania school district warns parents. They are threatening to take children from their families because their parents can't afford to pay off a school lunch debt. This country really, really hates poor people. They don't see poor people as people. I say it pretty constantly, and I know I do. I don't care if it gets old, but the people at the top do not see us as humans. They don't even see us as animals. We're tools. And when the tool ain't sharp anymore, well, look at what happens. For real, though, they don't see us properly at all. And the fact that school lunch debt can be a thing, that's one of the most pathetic things I've ever heard, especially considering they will not allow anybody else to pay it off. In case anyone was wondering just how insane Republicans are, in the state of Tennessee, they're trying to ban a book about seahorses, claiming it normalizes gender fluidity and the idea that males can get pregnant. This is where we are, folks. Wow, that is okay. My daughter was just offered a teaching position at $16.25 an hour. She has 2 masters in education. That's $32,000 a year. No wonder they can't find good teachers. She was making $55K as a bartender. Tiger paw technique. I am in a cell. I have extremely limited freedom of action. Every single day, I do 500 squats, 500 push-ups, practice my tiger paw technique, walk 10 kilometers. How do you know? How do you know you're walking 10 kilometers back and forth in your limited size cell? Write and complete lessons for the students inside the real world. Read and respond to hundreds of letters. Don't you think you can fly? You have to remove the protective coating. Ah, I see. Disappointed with the misrepresentation. Don't buy, you can't even see out of the shield. I love that. They don't realize that plastic is on there to keep it from getting scuffed up before it gets to you. Holy crap, are you serious? A company worth $55 quintillion offered $5 for each resident who had to flee their home due to the disaster it caused? Norfolk Southern, the railway company responsible for an apocalyptic plume of gas rising over East Palestine, or Palestine, I still don't know, Ohio, has offered a $25,000 donation to assist the area's nearly 5,000. $25,000? Wow, that is so pathetic. Ugh. I was leaving Kroger, and this woman outside with her baby in a stroller was asking for money. I was about to give her some money. This man yells out, "Don't give her ass no money, that baby ain't real." Then he runs over and kicks the stroller. I'll be damned, baby wasn't real. She yelled, "Damn you, Gary!" Shout out to Gary. He the scam police. There are 2 types of people in this world. 1, those who can extrapolate from incomplete data. All right. So 2 of my classmates just asked our professor if his shirt is missing a second part. No. His shirt's not what's missing a part. There's something so demonic about this, and I can't even articulate what it is. It's the idea that someone with a disability needs to be cured. Holy God, shut the hell your mouth. Just shut the hell your mouth. Man suffers heart attack, dies at work. Coworkers gather for group selfie thinking he'd fallen asleep. Oh, awesome. Free shipping. Bottled... Oh my God. How many people bought this? It says 5 available. Hasn't said whether or not any of them are sold, but you know, I've got a sneaky suspicion that this gambit works. But hey, though, yeah, they're right. Free shipping. Oh my God, look at what socialism's done to my beautiful country. It's preserved our ancient history, given us healthcare, and our money's worth more than the US dollar. It's so horrible. Really? Why are there thousands of people from your country hopping the border to come into the US? Italy? Are you okay? No, they're not. Literally every regular person I know is talking about how to shoot down the Chinese spy balloon. It would be great if an average Joe shot it down, because China Joe won't. Regular Americans can do everything better than the government and actually care about our country. You know, it's funny that you work in the government. Huh, really funny. Yeah, still don't know how the got there. Don't eat or drink anything after midnight, before his 3-year-old daughter's surgery the next morning. Tonsils and adenoids? While intubating his daughter the next morning, she vomited scrambled eggs, causing her to aspirate them into her lungs. Her heart stopped, and I did chest compressions on her for 25 minutes. We got her back, aborted the surgery, and transferred her to pediatric ICU on a ventilator. Her father's response? She said she was hungry. I thought you were being too hard on her. It must have been something you did to her. Boy, honestly, the worst part about every story like this is that the only person being punished is the tiny child, the little toddler. The small, little baby child. And it was Dad's fault. Dad, you almost killed your 3-year-old. You did. Your fault. Holy crap. All kids these days talk about is politics. We found this on our daughter's bedroom door this morning. January 6th affected kids just as much as it did adults, possibly more. Stay safe and hold your loved ones close. I'm not coming out until Donald Trump says sorry for January 6th. Wow. Woo, jeez, this is rank, dude. This guy goes to Stanford. Did I leave the phone in your room? I put it in the drawer. No? How are you texting me, though? Yes, good night. The election was Stalin. Watch the Twitter hearings going on right now in Washington. They admit that the presidential election of 2020 was rigged and stolen. What's going to be done about this? Nothing, because you're making that again? Which addiction is yours? God, I just love Uber too much. I can't stop ordering Ubers to my house and having them drive me to the nearest bus stop, calling another Uber to go to the next one. Now me, personally, I'm a little bit addicted to, Photoshop. The Uvalde mom, who escaped police interference and even handcuffs to run into the school and save her children from a mass shooter, says Texas law enforcement threatened her with a probation violation if she talked about her story to the media. There's so much I could say that I'm just not going to say. I'm just not gonna do it. Nope, can't make me. Oh man, I did the same thing. A girl asked if we could study together since I was doing pretty well in the class. We meet up and she insists we go find a quiet part of the library where it was just the two of us. Looking back, she pretty much just asked me questions about my life, laughed a lot at anything funny I said, and touched my arm and leg a few times. We never studied at all, and I remember leaving there thinking, no wonder she isn't doing too well in class. She isn't very good at studying. You? Can I sue my beekeeper neighbor? Every day I see my neighbor's bees flying around my garden, stealing the pollen or nectar from my flowers. Then, the bees go back to my neighbor and creates honey. My neighbor then harvests the honey and sells it at Pepper Place Market for profit, alright? I've never received so much as a jar as compensation, and every day my neighbor's bees trespass and steal my flowers. I was stung once when I was a child, so I know how dangerous bees can be. The way I see it, this is equivalent to a person's dog coming into my yard to steal balls or tools. No, it's not. Do I have legal ground to sue? What type of things should I begin documenting in order to prepare for a legal battle? I know it doesn't say what country this is happening in, but you know it's the United States. You absolutely know. When someone goes to this length to figure out a way to ruin someone else's life or steal money from them, you know it's in the US. The only thing I can say in this person's favor is, look, Mr. Beekeeper, why don't you give them some goddamn honey every now and then, dude? It's like a neighbor that has a bunch of chickens going, we've got too many damn eggs. Let's start giving eggs to the neighbors if they need some. But no, keeping all that honey to yourself, dude? At least one jar because your neighbor's keeping kick-ass flowers that's helping out the production? Come on, dude. But yeah, this person's insane. A teacher battling cancer ran out of sick days, so school employees showered him with theirs. What if? Hear me out. We didn't have a system that required a person battling cancer to rely on the generosity of their colleagues for sick days. No, that's stupid. The majority of humankind live in the US. It's true, don't you know? Are you actually Russian? Yes. Wow, do you have like a thick accent? Not really. I'm not gonna do it. I've been told I have an accent, but it's hard to identify. Do you currently live in Russia? Yes. Wow, that's pretty cool. Why are you surprised? Because most people around the world move to the US. No. Most people around the world live in their homelands? No, literally everybody moves to the United States. Don't you know it's the only country? I can't do this anymore. Real. You ever travel outside the country? Yeah, but mostly North America. No, not outside of the country. What? There's always Canada and Mexico. Those two countries are also part of North America. Maybe get an intern who knows what week versus month is. Yeah, maybe. But it is the Wall Street Journal. Who gives a crap? A virtual track train? This is incredible. China's testing its new autonomous electric train that does not need traditional tracks. It runs on a virtual track and can go everywhere. That's a bendy bus. That is true. That is very, very true. It's probably using some of that technology that Disney's trackless rides do. You know what I mean? How is this better than building tracks? Eventually something bad's gonna happen, right? If you smoke marinara, feel free to unfriend me. I only smoke mozzarella. Tripping my balls on some ranch right now. Does she not know what acting is? Keanu Reeves would totally crap himself if anyone actually tried to kill him, let alone thousands of evil hitmen. He's just a makeup-wearing salesman. And what he's selling are lies. Violence isn't sexy, death isn't easy, and karma won't get you. Keanu, try selling truth. This is so far on the stupid side of things that it has to be fake. It has to be bait. Apparently billionaires are more important than lessening homelessness. Oh, absolutely. Hey, look, it's the Finland thing again. They should always be used as an example in this particular case. We need billionaires. We don't need homeless people. Man, I lay on the sarcasm so thick. I think surely people would have to understand my tone. But some people still don't, I swear to God. How anti-immigration policies are leading prisons to lease convicts as field laborers. This is called slavery. You lease property, not people. And when people are property, they're slaves. Remember, the 13th Amendment didn't completely abolish slavery. It kept it around so that prisoners could legally be slaves. They are slaves. That's what they did. Didn't anyone else see two men on the I-4 fighting, one with a chainsaw? I was driving home westbound a little before the Fairbanks exit at 6:18 p.m. and two guys who appeared to have gotten into a fender bender were off to the side. One with a chainsaw in hand, about to go at it with one another. I immediately called 911 and reported it to the police. The heat's coming and the Florida man is in full force. Stay safe out there. Motherfucker pulled out a chainsaw? A feminist cafe that charged 18% more to men disappears due to lack of customers. Aimed at vegan lesbians. Created controversy for establishing a tax on men, charging them 18% more. You know, it's funny, they probably would have been doing just fine if they had never advertised the fact that they were doing this. But you know that was part of the gambit, right? No, you just don't even put it on the receipt. You should just steal money. It's fine. It's totally fine. Don't worry about it. Oh, God. In the 1970s, North Korea ordered 1,000 Volvo cars from Sweden as a response to its emerging economy. The cars were shipped and delivered, but North Korea just didn't bother paying and ignored the invoice. To this day, the bill remains unpaid, making it the largest car theft in history. You know, it reminds me of a saying, I don't know where it came from. If I owe the bank $100,000, that's my problem. If I owe the bank $100 million, that's the bank's problem, right? So I do have to say, while North Korea did steal 1,000 cars, the fact that Sweden made them, shipped them, delivered them without taking any money, that's a Sweden problem, right? Am I the only one that thinks that? I'm not trying to give brownie points to North Korea for stealing 1,000 cars from another country, but dude, come on. You didn't take payment for production first? What? I'm sorry. They outplayed you so hard. Man, is it that easy? Can I call up Volvo right now and then just get them to make me like 5 million cars? You think that'll work? Gonna try this again since people don't seem to understand. Told my grandma to get me a burrito from Chipotle, and she makes/gives me this. It is literally not what I asked for, hence it's mildly infuriating. So this person's mad that grandma made homemade food instead of junk food. I'm sorry, but that looks awesome. Your grandma's awesome, and you're a whiny little bitch. Thank you all again for the calls about the lights in the sky. It appears as though Jupiter and Venus are visible the next 2 nights in the western sky and are very close together. This ain't the Middle Ages anymore, guys. You don't have to assume that a meteor shower is the end of the world, and you... Never mind. I'm just gonna let Dumb dogs be dumb. That is not a saying. Where the hell did that come from? Maybe not the best choice of superhero to use for this toy. No. Adults who still drink milk. Are you okay? Unless you're a hungry baby, drinking milk on its own is unsettling behavior. Daisy, I mean this from the depths of my soul. What other people drink literally doesn't affect you and is of no concern to you. You'll find it weird that suddenly every CEO in the world wants to do press about the dangers of remote work and how productive people really want to go back to the office. They're lying. No one wants to go to the office, ever. Personally, I would actually love to have some place to go again because I'm tired of being in my room all day, every day. But I totally understand how the vast majority of people have no interest in that. 34 ways your girlfriend is micro-cheating and totally getting away with it. Addressing a man by his name unexpectedly. Hey, Doug, instead of just hey, which breeds a strangely powerful sense of intimacy. Are straight people okay? No, they're not. No, they're realizing that they're not as majorative. Is that a word? I don't know. They're just scared. All us gay folk are coming for them. We're gonna get them. I'm coming. I don't know why, but I love your name. It's super unique. I need a 5.5 inch or more. Longer does not get you any more points, as you will hit my pelvis at 5.5. I need a pic with measurements, with paper with your name next to it or your face. Once verified, let's do a video call immediately after to confirm you're not a catfish. I get 500 likes every day. If you don't agree with this, then move on. I could care less. Sorry, I only break out the yardstick for 750 plus likes a day or more. Man's got standards, you know? Americans are learning the hard way that being the wealthiest country in the history of the world isn't worth jack if most of that wealth is held by like 5 people. Yeah, isn't it cool? Hey, this new trailer, this is really new. Why is it that this is a prequel but looks better than all the other Transformer movies that came out before? This looks amazing. Well, we've got some actual, respectful people in charge of the material right now. I believe Michael Bay is still somewhat involved, but he ain't the one helming these. Thank God. Mike, you do some good work, kinda. But damn, you disrespected that material so hard, so screw you. 20 years of lovemaking and a purchased child. How was the diplomat not able to find the truth out? Like, what? Chinese spy masqueraded as woman and used a 20-year-long sexual affair with a French diplomat to steal intelligence. He even purchased a child and convinced the diplomat it was his. God damn. Yo, bravo, that's probably the best spy of all time. Norway is the happiest country in the world. What's the secret? I can't believe that a wealthy country with free healthcare and education, high wages, a strong middle class, and nearly a month paid vacation time, by law, is happy. Isn't that insane? Also, it was Norway. How long ago was this one? Because I've heard that Finland's had it for like 3 years now. Why are the world wars called world wars when it was only a bunch of white countries beefing over who gets to control and screw up the world the most? Why does everything white become suddenly the world? Ah, yes, the world wars were white. Remember the white countries? Japan, China, Egypt, Libya, Morocco, Iraq, Brazil, Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, Burma, and Ethiopia in the world wars? Oh man, so white. Yeah. Someone who didn't pay attention at all. Like at all. You learn about World War I and II 400 times throughout school, dude. At least here. Parents demand this New Jersey art teacher should be fired because her curves are a distraction. Probably not to the kids. 9 times out of 10, the issue stems from, oh, the parents are being frickin' weird. No joke. Twitter accidentally verified a parody account as an official business belonging to Disney. Oh yeah! No frickin' way. This isn't actually real, right? Someone frickin' pinch me or something. That's actually amazing. Wow. Twitter went from actually having a true, real, valuable verification symbol to the most useless goddamn thing I've ever seen. Homophobes have a peculiar obsession with having babies. Have children just to flex on the gays. How much money you want to bet they don't treat those kids very well? I have no proof of that. I'm not saying that is the case, but it's just an idea, you know? Tradition. I know what the fuck you mean by tradition, boy. While watching an Earth Day video on the Apollo 17 photo, Big Blue Marble, my wife asked me, Why did they take this photo at night? I mean, let's be real. She could have just made the best joke of all time. Straight out of fantasy. Before I got off the plane at Munich, I asked the air steward if I could have a word with the pilot. He gave me a knowing smile and took me to the cockpit. Here's the conversation. Me, flying over the distance we've flown at the speed we've flown at, as the pilot, you'd have had to dip the nose of the plane at regular intervals to allow for the curvature of the Earth. Do you know that? Pilot, no, I don't. So you just fly straight, so no nose dipping at all. Correct. So does that mean you're flying over a flat surface then? Yes. So there's no curvature? No, no curvature. So if there's no curvature, that means Earth is not oh my God. That is probably the most embarrassing post I've ever seen. Congrats, you're actually dumber than I am, and that, no joke, is mad impressive. How anti-immigration policies are leading prisons to lease convicts as field laborers. This is called slavery. You lease property, not people. And when people are property, they're slaves. Yeah, was it the 13th Amendment that abolished slavery except as punishment for a crime? Prisoners are slaves. At least most of the time. I hear that sometimes they do get paid a little bit for jobs while they're in there, like 2 cents an hour. Woo! Remember when everyone knew pro wrestling was fake and they finally admitted it and the fans didn't care and continued to watch anyway? We're almost there with politics and the media. Last night, I had cereal with milk for the first time. Life-changing. Girl, you lying. You had cereal with milk on April 25th, 2013 and posted it on Instagram. If your parents approve of your marriage, but your grandparents and uncles didn't, would you still get married? Might as well ask the postman too if I'm taking everyone's opinion. I don't care what my parents, grandparents, cousins, uncles, aunts, I don't care what they think of any romantic choice I make in my life. It's none of their business. I don't need no blessing, and neither do you. If you want it, that's fine. That's totally okay. I'm just saying you don't need it. You know what I mean? I know there are cultural differences, and I'm not trying to say they're not valid or anything like that, obviously. But, you know, where I come from, my culture, it's none of their business, okay? I'm not pro-life or pro-choice. I'm pro-education. Teach people about birth control cycles and the impact that they have. And teach about the pros and cons of having a baby and abortion. Neither is easy. Let women decide, but at least make it an informed choice. I'm not pro-choice. Let women decide and make an informed choice. That's pro-choice, dumbass. I still can't believe they literally said, I'm not pro-life or pro-choice, and then at the end said, let women have a choice. That's insane, right? What a dumbass. Still fancy that cup of soup now? Yes, because I'm fully aware that liquids start to solidify when you reduce their temperature, you freaking buffoon. My water doesn't do that, though. Maybe you should have thought that through some more. Elizabeth Holmes' purchase of a one-way flight to Mexico was a bold move, judge says, in ruling that denied her request to remain free on bail. Oh, cool. That's pretty bold, bro. If you're an adult whose rent is less than $4,000 a month, you're still a child. Imagine being an adult paying $4,000 rent and not a mortgage. You do know it grows back, right? Looks like somebody wants their stolen coat back. Yeah, dude, it'll grow back in like an hour. Chill out. When you're an influencer, but you don't know how to use Roman numerals, that's the type of thing I would do on purpose just to piss people off. The thermometer on the wall shows that your sauna is about 50 degrees. You're sitting in a cold sauna on the bottom bench reserved for children. Again, coming back with the Finnish girlfriend, she thought this image was goddamn hilarious. Scammer made over $500,000 selling 5G repellent lotion online. Good. Why would I care about that one? No, seriously. Some scams are fun. Nashville, Tennessee. I'm sorry, I had to freeze there because I said that in the dumbest way possible. Nashville, Tennessee, Christian school refused to allow a female student to enter prom because she was wearing a suit. Oh man, that is so pathetic. That's so pathetic. That girl's wearing boy clothes. That's gay. We don't do that. My name is B. Hayes. I'm 18 years old and I've been attending Nashville Christian school. Okay, well, cool. Adele says new album will explain her divorce to her young son. Mom, why do I only see Dad on the weekends? Track 5. But of course we aren't seeing this on the news. Another one. So coincidental. Texas dairy farm explosion kills 18,000 cows. What? What do you mean you're not seeing this on the news? That's BBC News! LOL, this is supposed to be an ad for Jesus, but it makes Satan seem fucking rad as hell. Satan doesn't whisper, believe in me. He whispers, believe in yourself. Yeah, what? Dude, Satan's a G if this is something he does, right? Still beyond me that Americans sometimes will act shocked that Middle Easterners can be Christians. Bro, it was Jesus of Nazareth, not Jesus of Nevada. Well, there are a lot of people like, say, Mormons, because I was raised Mormon, never baptized, chill the hell out. I was raised that way even though I got out of it as soon as I could, and I'm pretty sure they believe Native Americans were white people. Some guy on YouTube. You can easily build your own furniture for less than $50. His garage probably cost as much as a house in there. Does this look like an appropriate father-son interaction to you? Parents, make sure your children understand that you love them, so they don't grow up to be John Cardillo or Cardillo. I don't give a shit. Dude sounds like a jerk. Oh no! Dad gave his son a kiss on the cheek. That's so gay. You're gonna make him gay. Stop. David Attenborough, narrator of various documentaries, including Prehistoric Planet and Blue Planet, is still very much alive. As we understand it, Sir David Attenborough died in August of 2014. He wasn't a Christian. May God have mercy on his eternal soul. He is alive. I think he's in his 90s now. Let me, I'm so bad at typing, I'm sorry. Yes, he is 96, and as far as we know, he's doing just fine. I hope David can make it to 100. Debating free school lunch for low-income kids, North Dakota State Senator Mike I Don't Care says families are to blame for their hunger. It's really the problem of parents being negligent with their kids. If their kids are choosing to eat in the first place, the bill died. Imagine arguing something so abhorrent and stupid and pathetic and embarrassing and you lose. That's even worse. Jesus Christ, what the hell happened to Star Wars? George Lucas must be turning in his grave. George Lucas is alive, and I know for a fact this person's not complaining about Jack Black being in here. How much money you want to bet he's complaining about Lizzo? Our elementary school recently had to ask parents to stop delivering restaurant meals via Grubhub and DoorDash to the cafeteria. Yeah, don't do that. Imagine someone failing their class because of this reliable chat GPT detector. Dude, I'd be so freaking pissed, man. TA here. We have to use this website to detect AI writing with students, so I decided to check the US Constitution. I would be furious. Wait, so Kylie Jenner's makeup artist got into a car accident and needed $60,000 for emergency brain surgery, and she asked her fans to donate, and then only donated $5,000 when she is a literal billionaire? The wrong people have money. Dude, I can't imagine, even if that person's not close to you, like close, you know? You don't have an intimate friendship, right? I can't imagine having that much money and then going, oh shit. Like if my tattoo artist that I have, if I were a billionaire and he got into a car accident and needed this, I wouldn't for 1 second go, everybody, please help him. I'd go, dude, I'm so fucking rich, he's not gonna have to worry. I got the money. I can't believe people like this. It's not like people need it to survive or anything. The inventors of insulin sold the patent for $1. A vial costs about $5 to make. Yet people with diabetes are dying because drug corporations charge as much as $540 per vial in the United States. The level of greed is criminal. It will end when we are in the White House. If it's $540 USD, do not buy. I don't understand what the problem is. Holy crap, you're lucky that this image has your name and information gone, because I would want relentless education coming your way. Some guy on Instagram is mad that you can vaguely see veins in my boobs, so now we're criticizing women for having a functioning circulatory system. Got it. Just remember, any dudes that go down to this level, they don't like women. I know that may seem obvious, but no. They're not just sexist. They're beyond that. There's something completely different. Millennials are so helpless, they're taking adulting classes to learn how to do things like sewing a button. Oh, here, hold on a second. You had a few typos, so I fixed it for you. Millennials are so motivated, they're taking classes to learn the skills older generations failed to teach them. Not older generations, their parents, their family failed them. Not just older generations. Taylor Swift is concerned about climate change. Fun fact, her private jet emits more carbon in a single trip than your car in your entire lifetime. That private jet has flown over 200 times in the past year. Is this true, though? Well, I guess at least a little bit of it is true. She did have a $40 million private jet, but oh, wait. In 2012, she did purchase a smaller Dassault Falcon 50 for around $4 million. Thanks, Taylor. Look, I understand someone being super, super famous and successful not being able to fly with the regular populace because they could be in some type of danger. Normally, it's just them getting bugged to death. They don't get to live their life, right? But in certain circumstances, no, sometimes they can actually be in danger because there are people out there that dislike Taylor Swift's music so much that they would try to kill her. And that's not a joke. They would do that. They would try to hurt her because some people are completely insane. But did she need a private jet like that? Also, why not just charter one? You've got $450 million. Why don't you just charter one for the times that you need one? What's the point of buying one when you have that much money? I'm seriously. On Fox News just now. Could aliens have killed these cows? Oh, come on. It's Fox News. Legally speaking, they are not news. I believe a court case actually set a precedent that they don't meet. They don't meet, dude. 8th grade teacher defends herself after getting fired for giving students zeros for not submitting homework. She refused to let her students off easy for not completing an assignment they were supposed to and was wrongfully punished for it in the end. A middle school teacher was promptly let go after she was told by school administrators that she failed to follow the school guidelines when it came to grading her students. Let's see. Yeah, getting fired for refusing to give someone credit for literally not even turning anything in. Crazy shit. Dude pays $10,000 to meet a girl he follows on OnlyFans. All he got was a hug. 1 month later, that money is funding a trip for her and her actual boyfriend that she had the entire time. I met my top fan for $10K. We're going to see the world together, babe, one vacay at a time. Okay. I'm not sure what he was expecting to get for the $10,000. If all it is like, hey, for 10 grand, we're going to meet up, we're going to take a photo, we'll chat for a little bit, and you go, okay, that's your problem. You knew what you were going to get. I've got a sneaky suspicion this dude didn't pay $10,000 thinking that they were going to make a fucking sex video or something, right? Really doubt that would be the case. My friend didn't reply to her man for 2 weeks and told me that you gotta give them time to miss you. And now he's got a new girl. Yeah, don't do that. That's really weird. I'm just gonna ghost my significant other. Gotta make sure they still love me. Distance makes the heart grow fonder, you know. Hey, jackass, we use miles per hour in this country. Wheels is an Australian magazine. We use metric measurements. You're on the internet, which is American. Therefore, you can use American, the best measurements. Actually, the World Wide Web was first developed in CERN. Is it CERN? I don't blame you for not knowing that. You're apparently an American. That's not how it works. Let's say you open a trading account with $30. If you're able to compound gains at 5% a day for a year, I love people that post things like this. Like, okay, do you have a little over $5 million? Oh, you don't. Why is that? Because you just laid it all out right here, dude. All you had to do was this and you'd be a millionaire, right? Oh, you got $12? Okay. How did she move where her hair was growing from? New favorite tweet from a man. Wes, no way. No way. I do love stumbling across people that are somehow actually dumber than me. Twitter is faking signups for its new blue check mark. Yeah, they weren't even faking signups. Elon decided to pay for a few himself personally. He said it. He said it. All right, that's not just conjecture. That might not be the right word either. See, I speak professionally for a living, and I don't even know words. My girlfriend could speak English better than me, and it's her second language. Let's see. But yeah, no, seriously, he pays for a few himself. Stephen King dunked on his ass so hard that he just, like the little whipping boy he is, decided to pay for it. An Amazon worker died of a heart attack laying on the floor for 20 minutes before someone spotted him. A couple of days before, he put the wrong product in the wrong bin, and within 2 minutes, management saw it on camera and came down to talk to him about it. Yep, the corporations don't mind when you die. Why do ball earthists deny the existence of water mountains? I'm almost scared to ask, but what's a water mountain? Water mountains are what ships disappear behind in the sea. Ball earthists are just too stupid to recognize them or acknowledge them, so they claim it's evidence of a ball earth. Do you have any evidence of these water mountains? Have you ever seen a ship disappear? Water mountain. Damn. Well, they got me good. That one time George Bush congratulated a woman for having to work 3 jobs to support her family. You work 3 jobs? Uniquely American, isn't it? I mean, that is fantastic that you're doing that. To a divorced mother of 3, I know what he meant. She put in the hours to take care of her family. But, you know, no one should ever have to do that just to take care of their family. Tell me you're a narcissist without telling me you're a narcissist. Woman sends herself drinks while on dates to show she has options. When I go to the bathroom and pay the bartender to send me an anonymous shot so my date remembers I have options.
I think the best part is, it's quite clear that you don't have options. It's really obvious that you don't. Maybe you should spend some time with yourself, since you seem to like yourself so much. To compare a documentary to a fictional movie. Egypt is concerned about the historical accuracy of casting a black Cleopatra. I didn't hear you complaining when all them mummy movies came out. That's because The Mummy wasn't described as a documentary. Before I leave movie theaters, I always dump out my leftover popcorn. Does anybody else do this, or am I weird? Yeah, this one was just one of the biggest bait tweets of the year, so we're gonna move on. TikTok prankster Mizzy interferes with controls of a train. Teen faces new charges as footage emerges of him entering a driver's cab on a carriage in East London after breaching a court-ordered social media ban imposed for barging into people's homes. Is this guy gonna be the first dude ever to get put in prison for TikTok pranks? I mean, how stupid can you be? FedEx, stop playing around with this. 4 times attempted delivery stuff. I saw you drive up and not get out of the van. Leave my cat food boxes by the porch. There is a hungry animal who lives here. I've read this one before, and I'll say it again. Don't know why this is just FedEx. I know that FedEx ground workers have like the worst job in the world, and, well, basically everybody that delivers for FedEx has like the strictest guidelines ever. But guys, holy crap. You're like the only company I've ever dealt with where you just actively refuse to actually attempt to deliver some stuff. You'll pull up, you'll stop right in front of the house, and then leave as though that saved you f***ing time. Damn, the benches were screwing up the budget that much? That's crazy. Hi, Jeremy. Benches were removed from stations to prevent the homeless from sleeping on them. Haha, we've inconvenienced you and made the station more inaccessible to the pregnant, disabled, and elderly. But you must understand, that lets us inflict further misery on people without homes. Anti-homeless architecture is despicable, disgusting, inhumane, and embarrassing. Does anyone see the problem here? Well, my digital miles per hour is different than the other one. How do you fix it? Oops. It'll take you 2 seconds to fix it, and then you'll feel dumb. Dad rages after daughter's private school claims dinosaurs didn't exist. A dad's been left outraged after discovering that his daughter's school has been trying to brainwash her into believing evolution isn't real, and the world is only around 6,000 years old. You really didn't see this one coming? There's no way this private school didn't advertise its beliefs in one way or another. I mean, usually schools like this wear this on their sleeve. I pity everyone who isn't us. My girlfriend between her 25th and 26th orgasm of the night. This reads like someone who's never had sex before writing a pornography. It does. What was this tweet for? A Bible store in Kansas really didn't understand the meaning of this quote. The best cure for Christianity is reading the Bible. No, they absolutely didn't get that one bit, but I'm very, very happy that they didn't. Thank you. Telling get a real job to Stephen King? Biden is a disgrace to humankind, an embarrassment to the human race in every respect. Yes, but he's got a real job, not a podcast. Yeah, you're right. Millions of listeners a day on a podcast while you're watching in your mama's basement, yearning for the days that people actually give about your dumb ass. Nice comeback. Get a job, loser. Millions of listeners a day, Dan? Is that true? Also, yeah, you're right. Steven, you gotta get a real job, dude. You're only one of the most prolific authors in human history. Yeah, no big deal. No big deal. Whatever, dude. Literally a household name. Get a real job. I don't know where to begin with this one. Remove sex from a relationship, and you'll discover that 90% of women have nothing to offer men in relationships. Conversely, remove money from a relationship, and you'll learn that 90% of women won't see a reason to be in said relationship. Dude, you're telling on yourself pretty hardcore right now. I think it's really cute, you dipshit. Real estate agent accidentally sent this to a tenant instead of a landlord. You recall the discussions I had with you earlier in the year about the high-maintenance nature of this particular tenant. Out of all the... I know what you mean by that, too. They want you to fix and take care of stuff. High maintenance. Out of all the properties I manage, he has the most maintenance requests and occupies the most of my, and therefore your time. Ah, right. On one occasion, the air conditioning, he called every day for 2 weeks. The receptionists are sick of him. You're a piece of shit. It is my legal right as a contracted tenant and renter of your bullshit to be able to say, hey man, this broke. I need you to fix it. No, not next month, not 3 months from now, not 7 weeks from now, not 2 weeks from now, as fast as you possibly can. And of course, Whenever you say as fast as you possibly can to be nice, dude, you give them an inch, they take 50 miles. Landlords, dude. In order to play this smooth, I think you should offer to renew the lease, but with an exorbitant increase. I'm thinking from $500 to $950, and attribute it to the current rental market. I don't think we'd get this much if we relisted, but we'd certainly get a bit of a boost, not to mention the peace of mind having a better tenant. Current properties are being let within a week or two, so you wouldn't have much to worry about with lost income. If he agrees to the increase, it's a surprise win. Happy to chat. Kind regards. Hope you got fired. You're a piece of garbage. Straight up. Look, y'all already know about my opinions on landlords. Screw them. And their bullshit management companies. Lauren Boo Boo once told women in rocky marriages that they need to start chasing Jesus to solve their marital issues. Now, she's getting divorced. Ooh. Oh, ain't she great? Learned a lot about her the last week. Fantastic. Ooh, she's just one of the worst. LSU library versus the LSU football locker room. Ha 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 ha. I guarantee you, number one response from people that don't respect libraries and what they do and how important they are, number one response is, well, which one make more money? One of them actually pulls in dollars, the other one costs money. I hate it here. We're at that point now. We're banning books. Pretty soon, libraries are going to be defunded and shut down nationwide. They're doing it. They're doing it. Jesus Christ never introduced himself using pronouns. John 18:6. Jesus said, I am he. I guarantee you these people have never read the Bible once. Or they tried and went, this isn't like Harry Potter, and then stopped. I'm not even kidding. These people don't know a damn thing about the book they throw at people. Is it gay for a man to tell another man good morning? I'm a 23-year-old male. My dad and I were out at the laundromat, and as we were leaving, another man walks in. I make eye contact with him and I say, good morning. He replies, y'all fellas all right? When we walked out, my father tells me, don't ever say good morning to a man around your age. Guys would think you're a little sweet. You understand me? Next time say, what's up or what's going on? To a woman, it's fine, but not to a man. When you're out on the streets, don't say that. I don't understand this at all. When is it ever gay or wrong for a man to say good morning to another man? I say good morning to everyone, male and female, at work all the time and have no issues. I don't think I did anything wrong. I think my dad is being absurd. So is it gay for a man to tell another man good morning? No. I might be a little surprised if someone said good morning, because most people just say morning. That's about it. No. But I think your dad is an asshole or was mistreated very, very severely by his family and friends when he tried to be a normal person. Yeah. It's just a lot of trauma everywhere. Again, or your dad's just an asshat, okay? Quebec education minister says Malala can teach her if she removes headscarf. Imagine telling the girl who stood up and was shot by the Taliban what to wear. Oh, that's some embarrassing shit. Look at how boulder I am. I bought boba metal straws. I can't believe you. I hope they haven't influenced your faith in Jesus. What does that have to do with my faith? You're changing towards the left. How? I'm just trying to save the sea turtles. Exactly. You give a crap about someone other than yourself. That's some leftist bullshit, okay? You're not supposed to care about others, especially those stupid animals. You're supposed to be a self-centered jerk. What's the dumbest thing you got in trouble for in school? I was accused of plagiarism by 2 professors and was given a big long talk about how seriously it was taken. I was confused and crying by the end. Then they showed me the art they think I copied and it was my own art from my own site that had popped up in a Google image search. I really, really hope you embarrassed them a lot. I hope they felt... I know they didn't, but I really do hope they felt about as embarrassed as you possibly can be. Because plagiarism is a serious accusation to be making. I had a tailgate tonight and I saw a girl drop 2 tickets. I got her attention and she rudely said she had a boyfriend. Guess whose seats I'm in? Woo! I don't know how many of these stories I can really take without a grain of salt, you know? The I have a boyfriend stuff. I mean, it's 2023. How likely is all of this? Moving out. When the European settlers arrived, they needed land to live on. The First Nations peoples agreed to move to different areas to make room for new settlements. Aw, yes, it was very peaceful and nice and not at all disgusting and horrifying and permanently leaving scars on those people for all eternity. No, not at all. Won't someone please think of the shareholders? American Airlines announces pay raises for pilots and flight attendants, and investors balk. This is frustrating. Labor's being paid first again. Shareholders get leftovers. Oh, wow, I hate these people. Oh, no. No one cares. No one cares about the shareholders. The mayor of a Russian village was looking for someone, anyone, to be on the ballot against him to sustain the farcical illusion of democratic choice. He finally convinced the woman who cleans City Hall. And then she won. Suck it! The day I realized my husband had changed the locks after I had an affair and was left pounding on the door pleading, sickened, and furious. Oh no, you cheated and he didn't want you around anymore? Crazy. It's kind of not his fucking problem. Jenna Ortega, seen smoking a cigarette, has fans in an uproar. She's literally a 20-year-old teenager. Isn't it illegal for teens to smoke? She's not a teenager, dumbass. She's a 20-year-old woman. She is a grown-ass woman who gets to do what she wants. And you're a blue check mark on Twitter. You're embarrassing yourself. Shut up. This 17-year-old Boy Scout built a nuclear reactor in his mom's backyard 20 years ago that made the neighborhood radioactive. Whew! He got in touch with the Nuclear Regulatory Commission and started corresponding with them, pretending to be a physics teacher. He built an unspeakably dangerous thing in his backyard, and the radiation levels kept rising. At 1 week, David's Geiger counter could detect it from his bedroom. He started getting worried that he might be putting others in danger. At month 5, he could detect radiation from 5 houses down the street. He began to dismantle his reactor. At 2:40, 31st of August, 1994, David began loading his nuclear reactor into his Pontiac. His neighbors thought he was stealing tires, so the police were called. He told them not to search his car because it was radioactive. Police hear radioactive and think atomic bomb. The bomb squad was called and David was arrested. Also, the radiation level in the car alone was 1,000 times the normal background levels. At least he tried to warn him. Also, they thought atomic bomb. I mean, can you imagine the panic of, hey, please don't mess with that. It's radioactive. And your first instinct is, this kid's got an atomic bomb in the back of his car. Just imagine the sheer panic of that. Because if it goes off, uh-oh. Teaching my blind cat how to look out the window. Advertising a beard-friendly sunscreen using a picture of someone without a beard? Finally, an invisible beard-friendly sunscreen. That dude isn't even old enough to have a beard yet. Hey, I was told you took $100 from my purse at work. Who the hell told you that? It doesn't matter. If you did, I need it back. I didn't take crap from your purse, and it do matter because I want to know who you heard that from and why they saying I did it. God, you capitalize every damn word. You're on camera, and they're telling me to press charges. I just want my money back. What's your Cash App? Gotcha! Gotcha! The healthcare system in America is awful. Yeah, it is. I had an ankle fracture surgery cancel this morning because he couldn't afford his deductible. This guy will never run or walk without pain again. He'll never work construction again. And he has insurance that he pays for, and he still can't afford his necessary surgery. Yay, I love it. I'm not at all scared about the future of my life. You want socialized medicine? Tell me again how good Canadian healthcare is. Tell me about the wait times for serious medical procedures. Did you guys learn anything from the complete failure of Obamacare? My husband needed brain surgery. World-class neurosurgeons removed a wedge of his skull, used lasers to remove scar tissue on his temporal lobe, and then put his skull back together. My biggest expenses were parking and snacks for stress eating. Yeah, your biggest stress was having to pay for parking and waiting. Meanwhile, here, you're gonna get world-class neurosurgeons doing this and doing that and doing all that crazy stuff, but at the end of it all, you get a bill for, what, $100,000? Oh, wait, whew. Your incredibly expensive health insurance paid for $70,000. So now you only have to pay $30,000 out of pocket. That's nothing, okay? I buy a car that much every week. It's absolutely nothing to me. No problem at all, dude. And wait times? Fuck off with the wait times thing, man. I have to wait weeks to months to see anybody here, and it's incredibly expensive. Choose wisely. Find yourself a wife who dreams of this, not this. You sold pictures of your butthole all over the internet, and what more can you say in this particular case? I've spent the past 2 days outdoors with very little internet, and it wasn't the worst. Might try again in the future. Too bad a bear or mountain lion didn't cross your path. Oh, well, I'll keep praying that you meet your demise soon, and it's a way that everyone else knows it was Wow, this is... Hold on. Let me try and read this as accurately as I can. Oh, well, I'll keep praying that you meet your demise soon, and it's in a way that everyone would know it was God that did it. Okay, I don't know why that was getting me. Why did you say this? This person literally went, I actually had a really great time being in the great outdoors. And your response was, I hope that you die in a horrible, awful way so that everyone knows that it was God's choice. Everyone knows that God killed you. Why was that your first response? What is going on? We won't be challenging customers without a mask when they enter or when they're in the store, since they have a reason not to wear a mask. Karen. Highly offensive putting Karen at the end. Stick it. Hi, Carolyn. Sorry for the confusion. Karen is the name of the colleague who responded to the query. Andy. All right, let's see here. Elon Musk came to the U.S. with no money and graduated with over $100,000 in debt, despite scholarships and working 2 jobs while at school. That is so not true, it hurts. This post is misleading. Elon Musk was born into an extremely wealthy family in South Africa. Yeah, didn't his dad own a share in, what was it, an emerald mine? It was a mine of some kind, I remember that. But yeah, Elon Musk was never a poor little baby. Nice Judge Dredd shirt, by the way. A child just rang my doorbell. Folks, you do not ring doorbells in 2023. My 6 was loaded. Keep your kids away. So you're willing to shoot someone just because they rang your doorbell? Stand your ground isn't meant for that. And the way you're nearly threatening anyone, specifically kids, is disgusting, and why some people shouldn't have guns. I'm not screwing around. If it's such a big problem, why do you have a doorbell? They're very easy to remove. Like, I could do it. If I could do it, anybody could do it. Just get rid of the damn doorbell. And you know what? While you're at it, make it so that people can't come up to your door at all. Ex-mortgage CEO sentenced to prison for $3 billion fraud. 40 months for a $3 billion scheme. Meanwhile, a homeless man gets 15 years for stealing $100. This is the type of thing I would absolutely have to look up and verify. 15 years for some dude stealing $100 is disgustingly believable, unfortunately, but still, I gotta double check some stuff. What's the dumbest thing you've ever heard? I drive for Uber on the weekends, and one time a girl who was in her late 20s told me that I was making her uncomfortable. I haven't said a word the whole trip, so I asked how I could make the situation better. She said she didn't like how I kept playing with the fidget stick in the middle of my car. I drive a manual. She then told me that I didn't need to use that because her car didn't have that and claimed to be a mechanic. I don't believe this interaction for 1 second. I mean, sure, there's a really good chance it did happen. There's lots of dummies out there, but I don't know. This one just reeks of, I just made this shit up. I mean, seriously, if there's ever a comment on Reddit that makes you curious, just go search through that account's comment history, and you'll be able to put some stuff together. What a beautiful photograph of white male privilege and entitlement. Sums up who rules our country. For 134 of the last 200 years, the head of the state of the United Kingdom has been a woman. Yeah! God dang it, I think people are forgetting that. I don't like the monarchy at all. I don't know why it still exists at all, but wasn't the Queen like the longest reigning monarch ever? There's nothing wrong with making sure you're the only one who uses what's yours. Office worker sparks heated debate after padlocking their milk in the communal fridge. I mean, yeah, it's mine. Communal fridge doesn't mean whatever I put in there becomes free game for anybody. Screw off. Oh no! Whatever illiterate swine could have written a book like this? Misspellings. A little disappointed that I'm only in chapter 2. Words misspelled like story should be story. Odor. Odor. Realize, recognize, and memorized. How unfortunate that these were overlooked. I get discouraged when I read a book that has so many misspelled words. Wonder what this book was. If you want a $15 minimum wage, don't complain when your Taco Bell order costs $38 for a burrito. Alright, well, the most expensive Taco Bell burrito in Washington, D.C., where the minimum wage is already $15, costs $3.79. Thanks, Jordan, for your incredible knowledge. On nothing, I guess. Also, a $15 minimum wage is garbage. It honestly, at this point, needs to be, what is it, $29, $30, $31 an hour? There's going to be so many people out there that talk about minimum wage not needing to provide for people. A minimum wage isn't supposed to be survived on. They had the Target receipts. No one cares if you don't want to shop at Target. Apparently their management and sales numbers say differently. Seriously, Adam, you're on the protect the kids train when you chose drugs over yours how many times? You were literally convicted of malicious punishment to a child just over a year ago. How many times have you been to jail? How many times did you put your kids in danger? Pretty sure a t-shirt is less dangerous than you when it comes to kids. Feels like the people that shout and scream the most about protecting children are the most dangerous people in the world when it comes to children. Teacher needs to go back to primary school. Wait, huh? Let's see. Marty ate 4/6 of his pizza, and Lewis ate 5/6 of his pizza. Marty ate more pizza than Lewis. How's this possible? Marty's pizza is bigger than Lewis's pizza. That is not possible, because 5/6 is greater than 4/6, so Lewis ate more. There's a lot of variables I'm not being given here. Did Marty order a large, medium, or small? And also, what size did Lewis order? You gotta think about these things, right? Anonymous cyberbully who harassed teen for a year revealed to be her mother. Not her fucking mother anymore. Homegirl? Leave him. That's my girlfriend. I just preached my first sermon. She recorded it and wanted me to watch what she recorded. Thanks. It's just a perfect example of not minding your own fucking business and looking like a dumbass for it. Things to do to keep your man humble. Tell him his penis is fine or normal. Casually compare him to other men. Give one-word answers. Avoid eye contact and lean away. Lavish more attention on your dog than him. Tell him that you need a break from texting. Gonna do all these things to my girlfriend. Thanks for the manipulation advice. You are hateful. No, Marie, you are. You're a terrible person. And what you just described is abuse. And you are gross. And I hope that you have to live with yourself only for a little while. Because that's just mean. The guns don't kill people sure seem to think a book can make you gay. Yep, think about that one. Thinking you're the victim when you film yourself and your friends breaking into people's homes. Oh, this guy. TikToker who entered stranger's home defends videos amid calls for his arrest. I'm a black male doing these things, and that's why there's such an uproar on the internet. No, it's because you're being a fucking weirdo, dude. Literally anybody in the world could be doing what you're doing, and we would all be pretty disgusted and pissed off at them. So don't. Just don't do that, okay? Because I guarantee you that Keanu Reeves could be doing this, okay? And we would turn on him like that, dude. Guaranteed, man. All this time, I thought it was avocados, not greed, causing unaffordable housing. I wish folks would stop telling young people how to manage their money. I paid $310 for my first apartment. Based on inflation, it should go for $850 per month now, but the rent is $1,600. You can't personal finance your way out of greedy landlords and depressed wages. Thank you. This is incredible. China's testing its new autonomous electric train that does not need traditional tracks. It runs on a virtual track and can go everywhere. That's a bendy bus. I can't pick up my dog's prescription because I can't remember her date of birth. They won't tell me it because of patient privacy. She's a dog. She won't tell me it either. They have to know how stupid that rule is, right? It's a dog, okay? Patient privacy for a dog. That's bull. Just pay your student loan. My boomer boss today was talking about how she worked her ass off to graduate college with no debt. I asked her how much tuition was, and she said $750 a semester. You know, I read somewhere that boomers are being accepted into colleges again at $10 a credit hour. Why? There's a good chance that's also not true because I'm one of those guys that scrolls through, sees a headline and goes, oh, which is really bad, by the way. Do not do that. Don't be a headline surfing dipshit like myself. It's not good and you never learn anything. You just get outraged, and I guess that's kind of the point behind headlines. But if that is true, why? Why? I don't get it. Why should young people be straddled with debt that they'll never, ever be able to pay off, but old people get to go back to college for $2? This guy told his job he didn't want a birthday party because of his anxiety. Then they threw him one anyways, and he had a panic attack. They fired him for his behavior. He sued, and now they owe him $450,000. Good! I tell people all the time, look, if we're doing a birthday party or something, that's fine. But if you sing that f***ing song at me, if you put me on the spot and make me sit there and fidget while everyone stares at me and sings the song, I will be upset. I know that you care, I know that you're being nice, and you think I'm kidding, but I'm not. Do not do that to me. It's weird. I have always felt that past a certain age, everybody's singing happy birthday, unless you're a person that likes it. That's totally fine. I've never met anybody that does, by the way. Always felt that it's weird. IT workers sue boss who marked problems with XX as she thought they were kisses. What? An IT worker sued for sexual harassment after her rich and powerful male boss marked parts of her email where he wanted more information with XX, which she thought were kisses. Karina Gasparova, a project manager, also claimed Alexander use of question marks in the same message were code for asking her when she could be ready to engage in sexual acts. In a number of other innocent work-related incidents where she would find a sinister motive, Ms. Gasparova thought his renaming a file with his initials was an acronym for... Okay, this feels like it's reaching, right? Like, what in the world? Mom shares colorful travel hack to keep toddlers quiet on flights, letting them destroy the aircraft. Okay, not destroy. You know what I mean. You know exactly what I'm saying, so... I mean, I don't know. The ink from the markers could seep in and absolutely destroy the entire plane. You never know. Plus, think about the resale value. Yeah, it got pretty cold. Had to pull out the windshield scraper this morning. I could have helped you. I appreciate it, but I'm so far away. And it'd be quicker to just do it myself, plus you save some gas money. Okay. I was just trying to be nice. Well, yes, and I appreciate it. Thank you. I feel like you don't mean that. You never give me a chance at anything, whether it's scraping the ice off of your vehicle or taking you to dinner. I'm glad your fiancé died. That escalated artificially fast. What in the world is your problem? She really expected him to pay for her entire family? Woman stuck with $3,100 dinner bill after her blind date refused to pay for the 23 family members she brought along. There's no way a normal person would bring 23 family members to a blind date and then expect that person to foot the whole bill. Not gonna happen. You know what? Every single person there pays for their own bill, provided no kids came along, which I imagine they didn't. Reasonableness. Marty ate 4/6 of his pizza, and Luis ate 5/6 of his pizza. Marty ate more pizza than Lewis, who cares? How is that possible? Marty's pizza is bigger than Lewis's pizza. That is not possible, because 5/6 is greater than 4/6, so Lewis ate more. Okay, I'm so glad I don't do school anymore. What are Florida ounces? I don't think much of this when I lived in Florida, or didn't rather. Many products were labeled in Florida ounces. But now that I live in another state, I'm surprised to see products still labeled with Florida ounces. I looked up Florida ounces but couldn't find much information about them. Google doesn't know how to convert them to regular ounces. FLOZ. That stands for fluid ounces, not Florida. Oh, oh, that's awesome. I love that realization. Oh, okay. Yep, don't worry. This is going to be a defining moment for you as a human being. After my mom died, I found hundreds of receipts from the money she sent Pat Robertson and Creflo Dollar with prayers for me to have a better life. A single mom working nights, tricked to give from the little she had for small glimmers of hope. I won't mourn Pat Robertson. Yeah, I don't know many people that did, or are, or were planning to. Evil is evil. That's all there is to it in this particular case. Guess what? No one is going to change the climate. It's frickin' nature. Get over it. Ever get really sick? Don't go to the doctor. Just die. It's the freaking nature. Get over it. Oh, I hate people. Crying at your wedding is gay now, fellas. There's a trend, and I think I've only seen it in the last 5 to 6 years, of grown men crying when they see their bride walk down the aisle. I have to say it's extremely gay. Men shouldn't cry at such things. It should be reserved for more extreme moments. You know, like pain or death. Alright, I'm gonna be honest with you. Shut the hell up. That's my honesty. Just shut up. You know, I hope that your husband does not cry at the sight of you walking down the aisle one day, because that would mean he's gay. Now, I hope that they don't show you that intense love, because it seems like you kinda don't deserve it right now. For 4 years, I've received insane notes and threats from Trumpers who believe I work for the New York Times. I don't. I never have. But in various bios, it says New York Times bestselling author, and they cannot tell the difference. How pathetic is that? Wait. They see that you're a New York Times bestselling author, and they think that you work for the New York Times? Wow, there really is no helping some of these people. Realizing that my landlord is living my paycheck to my paycheck. It's insane. One time I sent rent later in the evening on the 1st, and he complained because the bank overdrafted him on his mortgage payment. The hell? I'm the main breadwinner in my landlord's family. Yeah, that doesn't seem... Dude, at that point... There's nothing I can really say. I don't know. That is incredibly awful that we're now we're here. This is where we've arrived. I'm confused how he's homeless but has a working cell phone. You're confused how a home costs more than a phone? Is this your first day on Earth? Dude, I love it when people create goalposts, so to speak, or requirements, or move the bar around for what constitutes what being homeless is. When being homeless means you don't have a home, right? But you have to meet all these other standards. You're not supposed to have a cell phone. Why do you not stink? You look a little clean. Were you able to shower? You don't seem homeless to me. You know what? It's just gross. Quit continuing to dehumanize homeless people more and more. It's getting weird that it's becoming more and more normalized, especially with Gen X. I don't know what it is about you Gen Xers, but you're violently disgusting towards homeless people, and it's really unique to you guys. I divorced my dying husband. He wallowed in self-pity and killed my vibe. Till near death do us part. A woman has opened up about why she divorced her dying husband, saying his 5-year cancer battle took a toll on their marriage as he wallowed in self-pity. Wow. 5 years. 5 years. You're... whatever. Nope. I can't go on a rant about this one because I will actually just ruin my own day. I've confirmed that Mark Zuckerberg is serious about fighting Elon Musk and is now waiting on the details, if Musk decides to follow through. The story speaks for itself, a Meta spokesperson says. Zuck's Instagram post saying, "Send me location. Vegas Octagon." Oh yeah, and didn't Elon actually back out like 2 days later saying his mommy didn't want him to do it? Elon's mommy had to step in and tell him not to fight, because to be fair, while I don't like billionaires, and I certainly don't like Mark Zuckerberg, the dude does train. The dude has won tournaments, hasn't he? That dude would absolutely brick Elon Musk in 5 seconds. One who works out and keeps himself in good shape, the other does that to a significantly lesser degree. Yeah, really funny, bro. The man who threw the phone at Bebe, I don't know, admits he was purposefully trying to hit her because he thought it would be funny. He's since been charged with 2 counts of assault and 1 count of harassment. Oh, and 1 count of aggravated harassment. Oh, and 1 count of attempted assault, according to Rolling Stone. Haha, so funny, bro. Let me give somebody a black eye. And yeah, that's a hell of a black eye. You're a fucking loser. A complete loser. Protect your bloodline. Posting straight up racism on the timeline. Woohoo, yep, cool, isn't that neat? This is wild, or a wild labor violation case. Anyway, a California restaurant had someone impersonate a priest and hear workers' confessions. Then the restaurant used that information to retaliate against workers. I hope that restaurant got immediately shut down. But if this is in the United States... Oh, California! That's technically in the United States, right? Well, you know, here, no one really gets punished when they absolutely need to be punished, and I mean properly. This sounds more like an inspirational quote to me. Satan doesn't whisper, "Believe in me." He whispers, "Believe in yourself." This is supposed to be an ad for Jesus, but it makes Satan seem frickin' rad as hell. Yeah, I don't see what the thought process was here. Because that does put Satan in a much nicer light than he normally is, I mean. Of course, Satan's the bad guy. My family member is adamant this is real. Okay. More Trump heroism that's being willfully ignored by the mainstream media. Wow, it's so funny how not Trump's body that is. It's insane. That is not even close to his body. No, I'm sorry. If you fall for this, yikes. So I was coaching a basketball camp this week, and I asked a kid what his name was, and he goes, "Weed." And I was like, okay, I guess. We're in Austin, so not shocking. Anyway, I called this child Reed for 3 days. Turns out he had a speech impediment, and his name is Reed. Yes. Something that you could have clarified immediately. Like, I'm sorry, if someone tells me their name is Weed, I'm going to repeat it back and go, did you say weed? And then they'll maybe have room to explain, you know? So that one is completely on you. Millennials are causing a baby bust. They aren't having enough kids to keep the US population at the replacement level. That's because rent is $1,500 and jobs are paying $12 an hour. And in a lot of places, even lower. I have no basis for this other than an image I saw online somewhere, but I'm pretty sure there's only 3 or 4 states where a regular minimum wage job full-time can get you a 2-bedroom apartment. And I don't want to hear anybody saying, 2-bedroom? Wow, someone's needing a lot more than they actually do need. Yeah, get the out of here with that. The rich versus the poor. I have not looked into this probably as much as I should, and I'll be honest, if what is happening on the right is what I'm assuming is happening, then that's just going to ruin my goddamn week, month, year even. OceanGate CEO Stockton Rush email exchange with submersible operations expert Rob McCallum. All right, well, let's see if we can get to the bottom of this. You're wanting to use a prototype unclassed technology in a very hostile place. As much as I appreciate entrepreneurship and innovation, you're potentially putting an entire industry at risk. I know that our engineering-focused, innovative approach, as opposed to an existing standards compliance-focused design process, flies in the face of the submersible orthodoxy. But that is the nature of innovation. I've grown tired of industry players who try to use a safety argument to stop innovation and new entrants from entering their small existing market. Since Guillermo and I started OceanGate, we've heard the baseless cries of "you're going to kill someone" way too often. I take this as a serious personal insult. What? I think you're potentially placing yourself and your clients in a dangerous dynamic. Ironically, in your race to Titanic, you're mirroring the famous catch cry, "she is unsinkable." Having dived to the Titanic and having stood in a coroner's court as a technical expert, it would be remiss of me not to bring this to your attention. The dude definitely understood. He knew. He absolutely knew that he was sort of mirroring a certain captain of a certain ship that he was taking people to go see, in terms of, yeah, full speed ahead, dude. The Roman Catholic Church has launched an inquiry after 2 nuns came back from their missionary trips pregnant. Ooh boy, we could have a long conversation about certain things, but we're not going to do that here today. We're going to move on so I don't lose my freaking mind. I'm only 19 and I pay for my own car insurance, bills, and have my own place. Y'all 20 plus still living off your parents. You live in Indiana. Your total cost per month is probably $2 on a sack of corn. Yeah? Try doing that in LA, or San Francisco, or Denver, or really any major city. The bitter almond tree was banned in America in 1995 because it's the highest source of B17, which prevents and treats cancer. Still trust your government? This isn't true at all. They aren't banned. The sale is regulated because they contain a fairly high level of cyanide. Also, please don't use George Carlin for your dip memes, okay? Don't attribute stuff to him that shouldn't be, at all. Sure, he would have been critical of the government, but he wouldn't have been this stupid in any of his arguments, for sure. Pretty sure no one else thinks that's what kinda salty means. I was walking through Target in the kids section when my daughter found this sweatshirt. Not knowing what it meant, she wanted to get it because of the color. I explained how it's inappropriate. Thanks to Target, I'm having to explain to a child, way too young, about phrases having to do with is. No thank you. I cut up my Target cards and will never take my kids to a store that grooms children. Damn, you're a goddamn moron, aren't you? You are insanely stupid. The weird, baseless garbage about what Target is and was selling is so insane. They're coming for LGBTQ+. They're trying to eradicate us. They know that's what they're doing, and they know they don't have to try and be honest about anything. They can say the wildest crap about us, and their base will have absolutely nothing to say in retort. They'll just go, yep, that's right. My girlfriend's rejection email. You can't make this up. Oh boy. All right, well, let's strap in here. Dear blank, we want to thank you for the time you've invested in our interview process for the legal corporate analyst position at blankety blank blank. On behalf of the whole hiring team, we appreciate it. Oh boy. We interviewed a lot of highly qualified candidates for this role, and while we were very impressed with your experience and qualifications, we've decided to move forward with another candidate. We understand this is not the reply you were hoping for. It was not an easy decision to make. Our team really enjoyed getting to know you. We really appreciate your say something personal about the candidate. What did you like about them? Why did we interview them? Do we want to consider them for future roles? I hope you'll stay in touch and No. I hope you don't consider me for future roles, because clearly I'm not a person to you. Goodbye. Not invited often, I guess. Question. My 17 daughter, who is homeschooled, is active in church and professes to be a Christian, has a friend that is a lesbian. Her friend is graduating from public school this week and wants my daughter to attend. My daughter is thinking she needs to be there for her friend. My husband and I do not want her to attend, but it appears she will go. What do we do? You shut the f*** up and realize that your daughter's about to be an adult you don't get to control anymore. About a person canceling her Uber mid-ride so she doesn't have to pay the driver. Wait, what? She literally canceled the ride so he wouldn't get paid. That was an attempt at fraud. No, you can cancel the ride. That's fine and acceptable. Don't freaking drop the person off in a weird location, though. That person is still a customer. That's his fault for not noticing. Everyone's making up that she scammed him. Pardon me? What? Ooh, dude, don't you even? They deadass used Getty Images photo of a shark and cropped it onto their poster. The DCEU is a freaking joke. That's what stock photos are for. Did you think they actually photographed a dude chilling with sharks? Oh my god, I love that so much. It's so embarrassing. What is the alternative? That they spend $1 million finding some sharks and photographing them themselves? No, they buy the stock images because that makes frickin' sense. Because someone already took photos of sharks for them. That's a win-win. Jesus, how long did she live to? Is she still alive? Let's see, born 1880, died 1968. 28 years. What? How did she write 35 books? 28 hours old she died. How you get 28? 1880 minus 1968. 80 minus 60. Wow, that's not how that works at all, my dude. What the hell? Scoop. The Wisconsin pharmacist, oh boy, believes the earth is flat and the sky is actually a shield put up by the government to prevent individuals from seeing God. Yeah, if you actually peel back the sky, God's massive galactic scale face just kind of appears. And, he's right. He's got a point. Who needs a survey? People no longer believe working hard will lead to a better life, survey shows. Yeah. That survey is like a tax write-off for some cheap company out there, I guarantee it. We did not need a survey to know that. What are you gonna do? Kill them? Kim Jong-un banned suicide after numbers skyrocketed. Yeah, that seems a little odd. I'm not sure how they're going to enforce that. Oh, he did it. Well, put a ticket on his body. Naruto, I don't think so. I have an interview for a job tomorrow and the supervisor texted me. Is this Montana? No, this is Patrick. JK, yeah, it's me. Who's this? Dominique from Dr. Reddy's office. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, this is Montana. To be fair, it's totally fine and normal, at least in my opinion, to be a little smarty boy when someone just out of nowhere, you have no idea who they are, text you. Is this whoever? No, this is Patrick. No, I'm just kidding with you. Who's this? Come on, that's fine. It's over, guys. Musk versus Zuck cage fight is canceled by Musk's mommy. Yep, I said so. The fight's been canceled. Elon Musk's mother pulls the plug on Dana White's UFC plan for her son and Mark Zuckerberg. Oh, thanks, mommy. Dude, honestly, though, I'm sure he's psyched as hell he didn't have to embarrass himself. All right, well, he did have his mom stop it. Maybe he's still kind of embarrassed. So who's gonna tell him? Tampons should not be free. Why does everyone keep saying they should be? If you can't control your bladder, then that's not the taxpayer's problem. Pay for your own tampons if you can't hold it until you get to a toilet. I don't urinate everywhere and expect free nappies. Ryan, I hope to the highest level of heaven and the deepest pits of hell that you are making an incredible joke. You know, but you did double down. You did 2 tweets. You didn't just do the one, you did 2. So in this case, I don't think that my prayers are being answered by any god of this world. Ryan, I hope to Christ that you can gain some proper education from someone. It's just anyone. Anyone. I don't care who it is. They should sit you down and explain gently that you're dumb. My daughter was just offered a teaching position at $16.25 per hour. She has 2 masters in education. That's $32,800 annually. No wonder they can't find good teachers. She was making $55,000 a year as a bartender. Our priorities are messed up. Yeah, it's despicable. In no world should a bartender, not to say that bartenders don't deserve good pay, because everybody deserves good pay, but in no universe should a teacher make almost not enough to live, or in a lot of cases, Nothing. They have to rely so much on so many other things, dude. God. My mom went to a private school network so that she could make a lot more. Got her master's degree as well, and she got a good raise. But if she were still on the public side of things, not really. No, it's terrible. $32,000 a year is... For a master's, it's nothing. I'm sorry. Especially because teachers have to buy all sorts of stuff on their own. They can only claim $250 worth of their stuff. At least to my knowledge, that's what they're capped out at nowadays. Meanwhile, a YouTuber can claim and deduct anything they put or make in a video. Anything. I can make a video about the car I just bought, throw it up on my YouTube channel, and boom! I'm good to frickin' go. That is how unrestrictive it is for someone who's self-employed like that versus a teacher. I don't think that's right. So ABC News has suggested that parents put something important in the back seat to help them not forget their kids are in the car. Put something important in the back seat. Something important. You put your child in the back seat, and they're recommending that you put something important in the back seat with the child. Wow. Look, everybody's had a slip of the brain a couple of times in their lives, okay? But that, oh my God. I think the biggest problem for me is the fact he don't understand Old Town Road is every kid's anthem. Children love him for that record, so they tuned in and subscribed to his channels. With no disclaimer, oh, I know what you're talking about. I literally sing about lean and adultery in Old Town Road. You decided to let your child listen, blame yourself. Yep, I'm sorry, Lil Nas X didn't do shit. You're just a moron. The Civil War wasn't about slavery until the Union started losing. Lincoln needed to gain the support of the Northerners somehow, so he made a political move to include slavery. Otherwise, the people would have forced Lincoln to stop the unpopular war. Many Southern generals couldn't have cared less about slavery or fighting for it. Fact. Excuse me? Fact? So I'm taking it you have a degree in history with a focus on American history during that time period, because I do, and that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. If a 16-year-old wanted to adopt a child, the government wouldn't allow it. She isn't done with her education, she can't financially support herself, and she isn't a legal adult. But if she gets pregnant, the government can ban her from getting an abortion. How is that logical? There are incredibly stupid age gates in very, very weird areas all over the place. You want to go to war and die? And you're 18? Sure, dude, come on in. You want a beer? Go f*** yourself. You're not 21 yet, you little bitch. Twitty, the user, doesn't seem happy to learn that James Cameron is, as a matter of fact, a noted submarine expert. Titanic director James Cameron on the catastrophic implosion of the Titan submersible. I'm struck by the similarity of the Titanic disaster itself, where the captain was repeatedly warned about ice ahead of his ship, and yet he steamed ahead full speed into an ice field. Noted submarine expert James Cameron has literally dived the Titanic on multiple occasions, made the highest-grossing movie ever about the Titanic, built his own freaking submarine, that works, and most notably, for our purposes, did not get turned into human salsa by his own invention. Are you his publicist? Yeah, nice try at deflection, gay lumberjack. But James Cameron has spent more time on the Titanic than the captain of the Titanic. He has been to the lowest point on Earth with the submarine that he designed that cost $10 million and is made out of the correct material. Again, not expired garbage, okay? The man actually, surprisingly enough, does know exactly what he's talking about, and probably more than you will ever know about diving and exploring the ocean. Under a post where British King's Guard passed out in the sun. Does he think that the British Army actually still go into combat dressed like that? An army so stupid they couldn't come up with a summer uniform in 400 years. No wonder they've lost every war, and the only wars they've won, they needed help from Americans. This man is so stupid it hurts. Just every other day he seems to outdo himself with incredibly bad takes. Are you kidding me? Do you actually think that that's what they've been wearing? Also, do you think that they're just constantly at war? It's a dress code thing, bro. Chill the hell out. Cleaner, annoyed with beeping sound, switches off lab freezer in the United States and causes $1 million of damage. Annoyed by an incessant beeping sound, a cleaner at a U.S. private research institute allegedly flipped a switch that stopped the noise, but also shut off the storage freezer, destroying significant scientific work. In a lawsuit against the cleaning firm, the university said this cost the lab at least $1 million in damages and wiped out 25 years of research. Holy actual shit. The freezer held cell cultures and other samples. Oh, wow. Oh my God. Who cares if the beeping annoys you? That's not what you're there to fix. You are there to clean. You do not get to turn things on and off because it annoys you. Are you insane? My sister started 8th grade and it's all on Zoom. And today she got in trouble because she got up to get water during class. And she's getting yelled at. Or as she's getting yelled at, excuse me, she looks at me and says, "How's this bitch gonna tell me I can't get water in my own house?" Yeah, I have always despised it being normalized. I understand it to a certain degree, but I've always hated how it's kind of semi-normalized and okay to ingrain in people that going to the bathroom is something you need to ask permission for. Getting water is something you need to ask permission for. Again, teacher has to be able to corral the kids and all that fun stuff, but by the time you get to high school, I should be able to get up and go to the bathroom or go get some water without you thinking something strange. Because when you get to college, if you raise your hand and ask to go to the bathroom after 12 years of doing so, roughly speaking, possibly longer, they're gonna think you're a goddamn idiot. I don't understand past a certain point why they do that. Excuse me, you don't need water. Thank you. Yes, I do. It's how we live. If you make it to the Olympics, you have far more work ethic than anyone criticizing your work on Facebook. I've never been more proud of my country. Teen Olympian overslept, lost coat, said f*** on TV, and won the United States' first gold of 2018. Overslept. That sums up the work ethic of the entire generation. How many gold medals do you and your cat have? Go knit some cat mittens, Deborah. I cannot believe that she looked at this and thought, yeah, I'll make a joke about the entire generation being lazy. This kid overslept, still made it, and still won a gold medal. So who cares if he overslept? It just makes the story cooler. So yeah, go knit some cat mittens, Deborah. So is no one going to talk about how one of Hollywood's biggest stars impregnated a literal 29-year-old teenager? A what? No. And pull that one back for me and play it again. What did you just say? A literal 29-year-old teenager? Dude, we're gonna get to a point where a 50-year-old is a child, aren't we? Like, it's getting ridiculous, man. She's a 29-year-old grown-ass woman. Sure, the age difference is crazy. He's like 83 years old. I understand, but they're two consenting people. So mind your own mother friggin' business. How about that? Just chill out. I think the worst part about this is this kid's gonna get to know his father in his 90s. And hey, if he's still around by the time this kid graduates high school, he's gonna be like 145 years old, all right? Now that'll be kind of impressive. How Ukraine's dam collapse could become the country's Chernobyl. Hold on. Hold the phone. It could become their what? Where do you think Chernobyl is? There's no way. There is no way in hell. I refuse to believe that Time posted this. What do you mean it could become Ukraine's Chernobyl? Kind of like Chernobyl! Oh my God! What an absolutely ridiculous thing to say. One could argue that China's continued use of symbols instead of an alphabet is a sign that it's not evolved past a very primitive form of communication, one which the West rejected thousands of years ago. Interesting. One might argue this difference in language makes the West more flexible in thought and deed than China can ever be. Catherine, you're an absolute moron, a buffoon, a goofball, if you will. Stop saying things because it's only going to make you angrier and more embarrassed. I promise you. This old lady came to the bank I work at to withdraw $10. I told her that for withdrawals less than $100, she has to use the ATM. So she asked to withdraw 1,000 in $10 bills. It sucked, but I counted it out and handed her the money. She took $10, gave me $990, and said, "Can you deposit this for me?" That right there is as maliciously compliant as it can possibly get. Okay, not true. It can always get way crazier. But for the love of God, what kind of a dumb frickin' rule is that? What? I have to use the ATM? No. Give me my $10, please. What? I graduated from law school 6 years ago with $250,000 of student loan debt. But after years of hard work and tens of thousands of dollars of payments, I can officially say I now owe $315,000. Hooray! No, something's gotta give. Something is absolutely going to break, like it has to break at some point. $315,000? So this guy just has a mortgage that constantly goes up forever and there's nothing that can be done about it for 6 years. And what's buying a home gonna be like? Basically, the price of your home is double or triple depending on what you did because of this loan. Oh my God. How is it not predatory that paying tens of thousands of dollars towards a loan amount results in the loan increasing? Dude, what are we gonna do about this? Mr. Beast reveals he was invited to ride the Titanic submarine, but declined it. Implosion dodged. Didn't this result in a bunch of people clowning on him because this implied that he sent the message rather than him being invited like he said? Or am I reading it incorrectly? All I know is people were making fun of him for a little bit over this. Kind of scary that I could have been on it. I don't think you were gonna be on it. A tax may be put on violent video games to help prevent school shootings. Oh look, the government found a way to profit off of school massacres. Took them a while. I know, surprising, isn't it? Progressive males are not men. They move and gesticulate like women. The hand-over-mouth gesture is one example. Physically repulsive. Conservatives get offended by the weirdest shit. Imagine masculinity so fragile, you can't touch your own face. Yeah, at this point, they want everything to seem like a female trait. And have you ever noticed that they always dehumanize the feminine traits, period? So they just think women aren't human. People seem to brush past that a lot. It's less about calling every man gay for covering their mouth or doing this or doing that. It's also about the weird implications of femininity being not a human f***ing trait. Law enforcement source: 19 officers fired into UPS truck. Could exceed 200 rounds. Thank God the cops opened fire and killed the 2 suspects, the hostage, and a random passerby. Or the bad guys would have gotten away with some insured jewelry in their easily identified, super slow-moving UPS truck that was already being GPS tracked and had a helicopter following it. Cool! Everybody gets executed. That way, nothing can escape. My pregnant wife and I are seriously considering getting divorced so she'll qualify for Medicaid to pay for the birth and I can afford insurance for myself. I'm not even joking. I don't understand. I genuinely don't understand how it can get this bad. We all know that it is this bad. It is ruining millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of lives. It's damn near impossible to be able to take care of yourself because of this, and literally nothing can be done about it. Absolutely zero solutions whatsoever, because an old guy is afraid that he's paying for somebody else's healthcare, which he already f***ing does through, you guessed it, private insurance. He's just paying more and still paying for other people's crap. I don't get any of this, dude. It's insane. I just want people to be fucking taken care of. How is that too much to ask? I don't get it. I just read the news that the Titan submersible was crushed by sea pressure, and it all sounds logical until we start thinking that at that depth the submarine was in also live fish like these in the photo. What? Flesh echoes. How can it be that a fish made of human flesh like us can survive, and instead a submarine made of iron does not withstand the pressure when the fish do? Suspicious, right? What are they hiding from us? Well, okay, for one thing, that's a narwhal. I love them. For another thing, fish are not made of human flesh. What the hell are you talking about? And another thing, it was not made of iron. It was made with shelf-expired second-hand carbon fiber from Boeing. So, no, it was an incredibly arrogant piece of machinery built by a man who was killed by his own rule-breaking hubris. Just big-headedness all the way, and he got other people killed for it. So please, stop. When you go to a gender-neutral bathroom and get mad for being treated like an equal, I used a gender-neutral bathroom today and 2 men came in while I was washing my hands. Man number 1 didn't care and used the bathroom in front of me. What do you mean in front of you? Man number 2 waited outside the bathroom until I left after seeing me inside. I thanked man number 2 for respecting my privacy. I felt so violated. Man number 1 treated you as an equal in a gender-neutral bathroom. Man number 2 treated you like a woman. I don't know which one you want as treatment, but both treated you with respect and neither violated you. Now, here's what I'm imagining, and I'm kind of confused. When I think gender-neutral bathroom, I'm thinking it's a bathroom for one person at a time. You know, you open the door, you lock the door behind you. Is that what this was? Was it like a single occupancy, single person bathroom that a bunch of people were trying to use together? Because look, If so, and you didn't lock the door and you just went into this single-person bathroom and people started walking in, yeah, the guy that walked in and pissed or whatever he did, that's a little strange. But if this was just an open, gender-neutral, multiple occupancy restroom, yeah, I don't get it. It's all very, I hate it here.